Hey, Tor. Hey, Bree.
Are you concentrated? Are you here?
I was thinking about something.
What were you thinking about?
I was trying to do this equation in my head.
For what?
FASFA.
FASFA. You don't have to worry about FASFA yet.
You do.
I do. So I had to learn this equation that we have up on this board.
That's not really the FASFA.
It's really not the equation. Actually, I don't think there is a really big equation, but we do get money from the government.
When they look at your income and then other factors and stuff like that.
And that's the equation.
Yeah.
Equation time. Woo!
Then you get money.
Money for the college of your choice.
But you got to apply for FASFA.
And so we have a FASFA night.
Ooh.
Which teaches you how to apply for FASFA, what it is, why is it important, and all that fun stuff. But you know what? If you can't make it to FASFA night, we have a little bit of information on why it's important.
That sounds really cool. I'm going to check it out so I can get FASFA next year.
Hopefully. So we have an interview with Miss McGann, and it tells you dates, times, when to be there, who can be there, and why it's important.
That is amazing. Let's go.
Go check it out.
Oh, that was weird.
That was weird. Hi, I'm Brianna Kelly here talking with Miss McGann about Financial Aid Night. Thank you for being with us.
Absolutely.
So what is Financial Aid Night?
Financial Aid Night, which will be occurring December the 10th, is a really important, informative night for parents and senior students to come and learn about this whole new language called financial aid to afford the next level after high school, whether it be a 4-year college, a 2-year college, a trade school. They all require some funding, and here is a presentation that we're going to offer to help educate parents.
Okay, and this has to do with FASFA, right?
Absolutely.
And what does FASFA stand for?
FASFA is a weird acronym, but it does stand for Free Application for Federal Student Aid. So the very first word in that is free. So do not go to FASFA.com because they will actually charge you $70, and that negates the word free. But FASFA stands for what the federal government will do when they look at your taxes, your parents' taxes, how many people are in the family, and they make a calculation of how much money they can give you in a form of a grant or a scholarship, or how much money they can lend you, called a loan. And then the state of Pennsylvania also comes in and looks at your W-2s, taxes, and also can offer you free money as well.
Mm-hmm. And so when is this night?
It's going to be next Thursday, December the 10th, in the Norristown Area High School auditorium. We have 2 guest speakers. We have the Director of Financial Aid from Cabrini speaking, and I was also fortunate enough to bring another person from Cabrini in the financial aid office that is bilingual, because I definitely wouldn't want to shut out a portion of our population that might have some difficulties understanding the language.
Of course, and who will be invited to this event?
This is open to all seniors and senior parents. So last night I put out an email to all seniors and parents, and tonight I'm going to put the phone call out. So this is step 1 of looking at the financial piece of affording college, because getting into college is different than affording college.
Mm-hmm. And so why is FASFA night so important?
It's important because unless you have a student in college already, or you previously went to college, or you have a really good memory, this is a whole new language that nobody knows about unless you educate yourself about this. So once you start to learn the language, the understanding, what is EFC, what is net calculator, and all those lovely terms which is used in the financial aid office, that'll just help you better educate yourself on how you can help your son or daughter pay for that next level of their future.
Okay, can you just take me through what you're going to do throughout the night?
Well, the presentation starts at 6 o'clock, and the Director of Financial Aid will be there with lots of information from the federal government, the Pell Grant and the FASFA, so lots of literature to be taken home. And she's going to do a PowerPoint presentation, exactly that. What is FASFA? Why should you apply? How much money am I eligible for? What if I don't have enough money? What are my next steps? What are my loan options? These are all the things that need to be discussed when it comes to paying for the bill for college.
Okay, and how can parents prepare for this night?
Showing up would be the very first thing. Maybe just having some set questions in mind. There's no dumb questions, obviously, when it comes to paying for college. And it's really important to show up, because unless you have a bucket of gold in your closet, I think pretty much 99% of the population uses financial aid or FAFSA in some way, shape, or form to help fund for higher education.
Yeah, of course. And does this cost anything the night?
Absolutely not.
No.
It's free. It's in our auditorium. It'll be December the 10th, Thursday at 6 o'clock. And we'll be there. We'll be waiting, and we hope the parents show up.
Okay, and when it comes to FAFSA, can you apply for more than just one college?
Absolutely. When I went into the English classrooms this year, I really tried to educate kids to apply to about 10 colleges, 2 to 3 REACH colleges, 2 to 3 SAFE colleges, 2 or 3 in your range colleges, because in the FAFSA application, you actually can fill 10 colleges, and those 10 colleges will actually create a financial aid packet for you. So I call that back-end scholarship. So there's front-end scholarship, which you're offered immediately for your brains. Then there's financial aid in the middle, where the government steps in and the state steps in. And then there's back-end scholarships, where those 10 schools you listed will now put together a packet for you, potentially giving you even more money.
Yeah, that's really nice. So if parents still don't get the concept of it, how else can they, like, what advice would you give them?
I would advise them to come to FAFSA Help Night. That's coming up in February. So if you're completely confused about this process, maybe you're computer illiterate, you're just like, I'm scared I'll make a mistake, we will have a situation on February the 4th where you can come into the library, book an appointment, and we have people on hand to help you fill out your financial aid.
Okay, and is there anything that the students can do to help move this process along?
I think it's most important that the student and the family get together their W-2 records. So if you had the same job last year, your mom had the same job last year, you can get a jump start on FAFSA by doing it January the 1st, 2016, by using your last year's taxes. Yes, at some point you will have to come in and update the information, but your last year's taxes is enough of an estimation for the government to be able to make a prediction of how much money they can give you. And I think that's the magical answer, like, how much can I get from the government, because I really want to go to Drexel, and Drexel's $54,000, and I'm like, or Drexel, and all those lovely questions I'm sure every senior is wondering about.
Yeah, and so do you have any more advice for students, parents about FAFSA?
Definitely seniors, if you please wrap up your applications. I know that we've had amazing seniors who've done many applications. Please wrap up your last couple. Please go to Financial Aid Night, and then please do FAFSA on January the 1st of the new year.
Can you just go over the dates and times again?
Absolutely. Financial Aid Night will be Thursday, December the 10th in the Norristown Area High School Auditorium with the Director of Financial Aid from Cabrini, and we also have a bilingual speaker that is well educated on financial aid as well.
Okay, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Nope, I'll see you there.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Brianna Kelly here talking to Miss Wiegand about the Financial Aid Night. Now back to the Eagle's Eye.